Hi guys, Mark's here, Everything Tenere. Today we're gonna talk about studding your tires, what kind of studs there are out there. Well, anyways, with this brand that I'm using, there are plenty of other selections as well. I think these are just the best ones to get if you want to stud your tires yourself. So we're gonna talk about best grip, and you guys are gonna see how they look in the different selections. So here's my front tire already studded. I have my rear tire to go, and it's plenty of studs. I did order 500 studs, and these are pricey. They're about 8 kroners each, or 80 cents US dollars, so each, and that's expensive. And I will show you guys, turn the camera around so you will get a close-up and see how they look like and how you install them. And you will see me installing a few studs on my rear tire and what to think about and how to plan everything and do it. And yeah, so let's start off with the studs that I got. It's these tiny suckers here. So you have a head, which is a wolfram carbide stud, and this part here is what's sticking out from the rubber in the tire. The rest is in the nubbies or in the tire itself. So you can see it has a like a corkscrew type of screw here, and this is the best grip 1100 stud. The stud itself sticks out 1.9 millimeters, so a fairly short stud, and this is pretty much the road legal studs that we have here for cars in Sweden. There are different kind of models, so you have the 1100, you have the 1200, which is pretty much the same length of stud, just a longer screw. So I wanted the 1300 model one, which has a 3.4 millimeter stud, but it's a longer install screw. And for the tires I'm using, the Anarchy walls, which I have put some miles on, I just don't have enough thread depth. So the nubbies itself, and you have a list, and I will link the website down below. You have a list. So for example here, I will fold this in so you guys will see. So here we have all the different studs. So you can see that 1100 we have over here, and there are some measurements here. So the dimension of the stud itself, it's 7.9 times 9.8 millimeters. So it sticks out 1.9 millimeters. It penetrates the rubber 7.9 millimeters. So the minimum thread depth is 5.9 for installing this one. And you can see here, as it's penetrating the rubber 7.9 millimeters, almost 8 millimeters, my nubbies are just slightly over 8 millimeters. And you're not, or should not, install these so they penetrate the caucus of the tire itself, as that could cause punctures if you have a tubeless tire, or if you have tube tire, if the screw somehow penetrates into the inside of the tire, of course it will puncture the tube itself. The one I wanted to have is the 1300, which is over here, and you can see that it's a longer attachment, or the screw is longer, but you would need a minimum thread depth of 9.5 millimeters, and I was 1.5 millimeters or so less than that, so I didn't dare take that. So anyways, that's the different kind of the studs that you can get. And you see you have studs here for like enduro type type studs and so on. And the studs I have, it's more for use on road with light snow conditions and ice. So not when you have a lot of hard packed snow and ice or going out on the lakes and so on. These are way too small. You would need larger studs for that. So this is the test run, you know, try this out this winter and just see how it goes. One important thing for these studs anyways, you have this installed too. This one you put in your screwdriver or your power tool. It attaches easily to the stud and it's easy to screw in. So you can either screw this straight into the tire, you can pre-drill a hole into the tire using a wooden drill with a specific diameter, and you can also glue them. So you will pre-drill, put some glue in the hole, then screw it in. So for regular road use and so on, if you're not racing with your bike, gluing, when I spoke to them, it's unnecessary. So you would not need to use glue. So we'll see. You know, if you have a longer attachment or the screw that goes into the rubber, of course they will be more secure or secured seated. I think this will be fine anyways. And you could see here on my tire, you're supposed to screw them in so that the top before the stud is flush with the tire, so it does not stick out. And of course, when these get worn, you can always just take them out again. The next important thing is, of course, the pattern you put the studs in. They say you should not put them in a line, so you should not have them in a straight line after each other. Of course, with a front tire with smaller knobbies, it's harder to push this one further to the side here and the next one further out and so on. And so you're a bit limited when it comes to the front wheel. On the rear tire, as I will show you, I can position them a little bit better. It's also important that you have studs on the outer edge of your tire and not just in the middle, as if you're going for a turn and you're leaning a bit, you want to have grip. I know that these lugs are not used as much, as they are not worn down as much as this one, so it might have been a bad choice putting the stud here instead of here. But then this is a smaller lug, and you know, the diameter of the stud itself, you know, you want some support. There are some other advices as well. You get an instruction with your purchase. You can see here the installation guide, how you're supposed to put them and not put them, and a lot of different other stuff as well. So I will have some studs over for leftovers, and you can use these, and these are sold in a smaller packet as well, with like a regular screwdriver thing to put them in, so you can use them for shoes. If you want to put spikes in your shoes as well. So let's move over to installing one on my rear tire. So I will change the camera angle again and I'll be back. So I put my rear wheel on a on a chair here just to support it upright so it's easier to film. As well, hard time with the lighting and all, so I moved my table a bit. So they suggest that you use at least 100 studs per tire. Of course, you can go above that. All depends on how much snow or how little snow you see. You know, if you put a lot of studs in your tire and there's snowy conditions and things like that, you will be slipping around on the studs as well. but my selection of pattern for this one, I will have one each in all these outer nubbies. Clearly. So I have my handy little power tool. I attach a stud to it, and the only thing you need to do is put pressure on it, because it has no point, so it can wander around a bit. And then you screw it down, you shake so it's flush. If it's not flush, screw it down a little bit more. So that's it. That's one. Very easy, not hard at all. The Anarchy Wilds are pretty soft. I'm guessing that if you have a harder compound rubber in the tire that you select to put these in, you might have a bigger problem getting these in, and you might need to pre-drill. So about 216 more to go for this tire. The front wheel I did about 220. So you know, I'm going all in. I want to test this when it's snow outside. I will not put these tires on my bike until it's that kind of weather outside as well. I hope this video has been informative, and you can check out Best Grip. I don't know about retailers in other countries. I know in Sweden they're situated in Eskilstuna, so you can go pick them up there or just order them online. But as I told you, they're pretty expensive, and make sure that you check the tire you have, your thread depth and everything before you go bonkers and buy the biggest freaking stud that's in there, because if it's too long, the screw, you will penetrate the carcass, and that will be no go. So thank you guys for watching this video. This was step 3 in the winterizing my bike. Step 2 will be done soon, because I need to bring out my sewing machine and modify the hand muffs for my handlebar. So hope you enjoyed, and take care. Don't do anything stupid. Cheerios. Bye bye.